So for cross stitch, we're going to start, and you can notice I'm just on a scrap piece of paper. You can do it whatever you've got space for left. Make 4 little dots for the first box, and then we'll make a few more beside it. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10 little dots, making little boxes. I'll give you a moment to draw yours, and if you need to pause the video so that you can get caught up, you can do that too. Okay, so right now we're drawing the dots because we don't have a fabric. We're practicing on paper, but in your fabric you won't have to draw anything because you have little boxes and grids already on it. So you can do a single cross stitch to make a little X, or you can make a whole row of them. We're going to start at this first point here. That's going to be 1. Then we're going to go across. That's going to be 2. Then we're going to come back down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You don't have to worry about labeling yours. I just want you to have an idea. We're going to go over, up and over each time. So we're going to make all of our diagonal lines that are going to the right first. I'm going to feel underneath to my 1 where my first dot is. I'm going to push my needle through, and then I'm going to go up and over, making a diagonal line. And pulling it flat. Now I'm underneath, none of this coming over business. I'm underneath. I'm going to find my 3. I'm going to push my finger till it hits it, twist it, and then push through. And I'm going to go from 3 to 4. So I'm getting these little diagonal lines. No coming around, coming under. I'm always going to start on my bottom row and go up and to the right onto my top row. So you're making lines that go to the side. And however long you want your row of cross stitching to be, that's how many of these little diagonal lines you'll need to make. Okay, so I'm going to do 4 little X's. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 little lines going over. Now we're ready to come back the opposite way. So I ended up here. I'm going to come down underneath it, directly underneath it, feel, push. And again, when you're on your fabric, there won't be any really feeling and pushing. You'll be able to see your needle. Okay, and now I'm just going to do the opposite of what I did before. I'm going to go from the bottom to the top still, but this time I'm going to go to the left. And I'm going to go into the hole that I already have, which is going to make it easier. And on my paper it tore a little bit, so my X isn't super perfect, but that's okay. So I'm up there, then I'm going to come back down into the bottom and go to the top. Come in from the bottom and go over to the left and the top. Come in from the bottom. These are holes that we've already established on our way back, and go up to the top. And there's one last new hole for us to make. And that is how you can make a row of cross-stitched X's. If this technique feels a little bit too advanced for you, you don't think you're ready for it yet, it's okay for you to save this technique for a little bit later. These videos and playlists aren't going anywhere, so if you feel comfortable with running stitch and back stitch and you want to wait a little while before you use this stitch, that's okay, but I want it to be available to you if you have an idea that might use little cross stitches in it when you get ready to make your piece.